Sup everyone, I'm Female Otaku and I'm here to review episode 9 of Gangsta, and it has been a while since we had an action episode. I mean, I know last week we had like this small little montage of, Nick and Warwick beating up some people and things like that, but that was like a little montage thing during a beautiful song, so that doesn't really count. But it has been a while since we had an action scene or just anything really intense, alright? I've gotten so used to the storytelling that they've been doing for the past couple episodes, so seeing the action here, I was like, oh right, this anime was originally advertised as an action anime. So, great to see some action and suspense. This episode was really good. A lot of things happened, and I enjoyed it all. Loretta, I think she's now best girl. I have to say, Loretta, you are now best girl. Alright? You could just completely beat Alex, alright? You beat Ginger, but Ginger, she was pretty cool. Like, she's an S rank. So, what does S rank mean? Does that mean they're like better than the A ranks? I wonder. But, anyway, Loretta. I love this girl a lot. She's now best girl of Gangsta, okay? Because Loretta, I don't know how old she is. She's probably, the teenager, stuff like that, okay? But she was able to use a gun. No problem, okay? No problem whatsoever, alright? Acting like a boss, okay? Why? Because she is Boss Cristiano, okay? And then when she was talking to that one stabby dude, the dude who was like just going crazy and just like stabbing people and stuff like that, she went up to him like a boss. Like a boss, okay? She was just all like, hey, I'll let you off if like you cooperate with me, but if you don't, then I'll kill you right here and feed you to the dogs. And I'm like, yo! That's what made her best girl, okay? What made her more best girl is, already how I mentioned last week how I love how mature she is. It's great. I love this girl. She has no fear, full trust in her men, because you saw her just standing still with a suitcase as the stabby dude was coming over to her. But she just stood still, held the suitcase, and then bam, one of her men came over. It's like, yeah! Loretta, too cool. I love this girl, and she's our best girl, Loretta. Alright, so, with this episode, we have it to where we have, the stabby dude come over to the bar bastard, and he was just stabbing everyone, alright? And then later we have, I've been calling them killer lollies, but now I'm going to call them just killer siblings, because the older sister, Erica, she doesn't really seem like a lolly anymore now that we saw her. So, turns out Erica happens to be related to Delico. If you don't remember, Delico works for Mr. Monroe, okay? He uses a gun and stuff, and he's like a D rank. And so these killer siblings, they are hunters, okay? And they like to just hunt down tags, alright? And Nick, we learn more about Nick. Very, very interesting. You see, really, how you move up a level for tags and stuff is based on your strength, okay? Physical strength. So really, in all reality, Nick is a B5. But because he takes so much drugs and overdoses, he cheated and became a A0, alright? So he's known as a faker. So I was like, yo, this is too good. Gangsta is too good. Alright? That was great to find out. Wow, Nick. Okay, I loved Nick throughout this episode. You just saw his face. He was all like, oh yes, danger, thrill, a challenge, let's go. It's like, yo, Nick, he's going in. He's going in, man. Alright. Nick, he was like enjoying so much just fighting with the killer siblings. I was just like, I can't believe this guy. You saw the smile on his face. I love it when he makes that face. When he makes that face, you know that he's just enjoying the danger and everything. It's like this crazy psychotic face. It's just like, that's one of the main reasons why I love anime, man. Anime in general, when these characters make those sorts of faces, and that includes the little boy. I don't remember the boy's name, but he made that face too, and I'm just so like, this is why I love anime. I love anime, man. Alright. So, Warwick, he ended up sending up a flare, and a red flare means that they need backup. So Ginger came over, and so did Doug. If you remember him, Nick didn't remember Doug, and I'm like, what? You met him like earlier in the week. What? But yeah, so they came over, kind of stopped the killer siblings, but then they flew. They basically flew out the building and flew over another building. So I'm just all like, okay. So, what are these kids on? They clearly have taken some sort of drugs, but they've chosen the life of a hunter or something like that. I don't know. So, it seems like we're going to get some backstory soon with Delico, so that'll be interesting, alright? And, Alex, this episode, alright? She decided to follow Loretta and save her. Sure, you know, Alex, she was not like a best shot and stuff. She's only used a gun one other time, and that was to shoot an already dead corpse. So, but you know, she tried, and that's a new step for her. So I'm really happy for Alex. And then we see at the end, Emilio, the guy in the hood. Like I said last week, he is Alex's brother, and he's now joining this society. I think he's joining the Hunters. All right, and yeah, so I guess he has some skills. Gangsta, where are you going? Gangsta, greatness. Yo, I love this anime, man. This was fantastic. Great episode. I enjoyed it so much. All right, remember, Loretta, best girl. I want to see more Ginger too, okay? Because I like her, and I want to learn more about S ranks, okay? And of course, we want to learn more about, you know, Delico and like the killer siblings and stuff like that. So that'll be very, very interesting, and I cannot wait. So, catch me later as I review God Eater, but first, I'm gonna head to the beach. I'm Female Otaku, sayonara.